FBI had 26 informants on the ground in Washington, D.C. during the January 6th Capitol riot that unfolded nearly 4 years ago. And of those 26 informants that were on the ground, a majority of them had entered in spaces that were off limits and did not have special permission to do so. That is the finding of the Justice Department's official watchdog. Notably, the watchdog concluded that there was no evidence to suggest that the FBI had any actual agents that were on the ground, but they did have these informants. We had previously known from prior court cases that there were some FBI informants on the ground. One court document had revealed that one of the informants was texting their FBI handler when the riot and the chaos unfolded that day. But we do not know the exact extent of the FBI's informants and the amount of coordination that had gone into this. This report basically revealed that of the 26 informants, 3 of them had coordinated with their FBI field offices before showing up that day, and the rest of them appear to have largely shown up basically of their own accord. So pretty stunning stuff. The report also revealed that the FBI had been getting some information from some of these informants about the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers movements in the run-up to the riot that had unfolded, but it noted that the FBI did not actually have primary responsibility for intelligence gathering that day. It had just been keeping tabs on these various groups and happened to have some information that it was collecting in the run-up to the riot. It had not anticipated a full-blown breach of the Capitol of that magnitude that day. This report had really been sought after by lawmakers for quite some time. They had been peppering FBI officials for details about the amount of informants they had, the amount of information that the FBI had in the run-up to the Capitol riot. So this report basically shed light on and gave the public more of a fuller picture of what transpired. The report also dinged the FBI for giving Congress some inaccurate information about the extent of its canvassing operations with these informants in the run-up to the riot, and it made a recommendation on how the FBI could prevent a similar mishap like that in the future. But this report is pretty stunning. Even though we had known that there had been informants, it really gives us a full picture, and it shows that, even 4 years later, we're still learning stuff about the Capitol riot.
For more stories like
All gravity, anything above ground, live it. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Friday. I tell you, MAGA's dumb all the time, but it seems like every 24 hours they just prove to me how really uneducated they are. Who cares? Maybe y'all didn't know this, but MAGA, let me holler at you since you guys love to back the blue. Did y'all forget that at any major demonstration or something like a parade, or where there's going to be thousands of people, estimated, maybe even millions, that law enforcement sneak undercover people in there? Did you forget that? Have y'all not seen these documentaries and these news magazine reports with people that have infiltrated hate groups? They've infiltrated political groups. Hell, you just had a story a couple months ago of a chick who basically did her own investigative journalism about Republican men in D.C. and found out that a lot of them are gay. But you guys are so desperate for wins, you're now praising the fact that now they're saying there were 275 plainclothes agents at January 6th, so that should invalidate all the speculation and all the negative comments that you idiots got 4 years ago up until today. And that should validate the fact that you guys are now the victims. Y'all not showing us that y'all are this dumb. There's no way. There's no way y'all can be doing this. I'm going to say it again since nobody has asked me this, asked me why I'm going so hard on this. I was there. You guys were, why? Okay. Me being on the ground, I had a unique perspective. Why would you idiots, number one, I'm going to ask this again. Why would you go and start climbing the scaffolding at the Capitol? Okay, fine. You wanted to support your politicians and hope to God that they did not certify the election results so they could have another one. Fine, whatever. Number two, you knew Capitol Police saw y'all coming and they started fucking with you. Okay, you could have still kept it peaceful and made them look bad. You didn't do that. Number three, who was the dumbass that broke the window that saw into the chamber? We want to know who that was. Number four, you get somebody from the Capitol building to open doors, multiple people, and your first instinct was, let me walk in because they said come on in. The one building in DC that the Speaker of the House, who was Trump's op at the time, biggest op, controlled that building and everything that moved in there, including the heating system, because she is a vindictive bitch. But you still went in there. But because the Fibbies were in there, y'all are the victims now. And you're still bitching about this even after everybody that got arrested and did some jail time or got charges, got pardons. You're still bitching about this. Okay. MAGA, you're not beating the allegations that Trump thinks you guys are dumb. You're really not. Again, you idiots went on social media in 2020, and when Trump announced this, because this was, I think in December, he announced this, right before Christmas, you idiots went online and used your credit cards, most of you, to book flights, book hotels to DC. So you gave a liberal city millions of dollars in hotel fees, restaurant fees, to play victim for Nancy Pelosi and Donald Trump. I'm trying to figure this out, family. Somebody can help me. I know it's Friday. I need this help. I need this. Somebody got to explain this to me. I see posts like this from MAGA adjacent accounts. And I need to know if they were born in pods, number one. Because it can't be. They can't be. I would hope they were regular functioning human beings that can have common sense and critical thinking. I don't see it. MAGA, again, why would you go in a building that was controlled by Nancy Pelosi? Why would you do that? I still can't get a straight answer. And I've asked this for like 3 years now. Why? Jack Wilder, Islam is already here. Maybe you didn't know this. George Bush let Islam in here on 9/11. It's already been here. Bin Laden's family was already here before that. It was already here. The U.S. government loves Islam. Maybe you didn't know this. Your favorite politician loves a halal cart. Did you know, sir? Maybe you didn't know this, Jack Wilder. There was a halal cart outside on January 6th on the other side that day. Did you know that? Oh, them politicians love them some white sauce. In more ways than one. Pause. Your U.S. government's been in bed with Islam since the 50s. They love their oil, they love their desert, they love their gold, and they love their women. They're just passing on the riches now to the American people. You should have been awakened. But see, you're not like black people because you're not woke. We knew this already. Remember, look how long the U.S. government let Malcolm X run around and Elijah Muhammad. That should tell you everything you need to know. Thank you so much, but you can stay. It was a good question. Well, good comment. You could stay. I'm not saying Malcolm or Elijah were government agents. I'm just saying the government loved the fact that they were able to allow them to operate. They loved it. And they were making money off of it. That's okay. Anyway, back to this. Okay. Regardless if they destroy the evidence, because I'm just finding it fascinating that MAGA and MAGA adjacent accounts are finding out that the government destroys files. I'm just the outrage they're showing. I have nothing to do but laugh at them. They destroyed files and tampered with evidence. Welcome to America. They are doing that right now at your traffic court. They're letting a cop right now testify against some woman probably ran a red light or was doing a couple miles over, letting him spin it so she'd have to pay court costs and a ticket. But you still want to tell us the government was tampering with evidence. Okay. I'm supposed to believe you when you heard Hillary Clinton destroying email servers and smashing up cell phones, and you don't go to your president or your JD or your red flag Bondi or your Matt Gaetz or even your Pete Hegseth, Mr. Weekend Reporter turned Secretary of War, not to go throw her in jail. Y'all let her go on TV the other day and go in on white Christian nationalism. That is hilarious. But when we talk about white supremacy, y'all telling us we crazy. Okay. All right. You got it. By the way, you guys are still dumb for January 6th. You're still dumb. Look, the Fed set up January 6th, and we all know why, to cover up the stolen 2020 election. Now, again, see, they get to go away and write stuff like this online. Hey, dumbass, the fact that you just said that the Fed set up January 6th and you still went, who the fool? It ain't the Feds. That sounds like the Feds are very smart. And it sounds like you MAGA idiots are very dumb. It's no wonder how a lot of them got pardoned and then turned off MAGA or ended up in jail or ended up the recipient of a police bullet. I'm just saying. Just saying. It's not my fault that you gave the government thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in lawyer fees and court costs to humble your ass, and then he still gave you a pardon and told you to shut the fuck up. And a swift kick in the ass right down them Capitol steps. And you guys are, instead of living your lives and trying to rebuild, because now you don't have no Fed charges, and trying to rebuild your life, you're still bitching about this. Because you found out some of them folk were kept in captivity for a couple years without due process. Welcome to America. You hear this bullshit happen around the world and you bat an eye and you go back and eat your Domino's pizza. Now all of a sudden it happened to you. Now you want to be an activist? You can, never mind, because you do that with Trump any day. We're going to keep going. What's the matter, MAGA? The truth hurts a little bit. You got fleeced by Nancy Pelosi. That's shocking. That's your mama. I'm finna show a picture of their mama right now. She's so gangster, right? She's still with her husband after one of y'all tried to take him out. That's a crazy picture. That's AI though. But I know a couple of you MAGAs got this in your wallet right now. You let this chick, black family, I want y'all to understand what I'm saying right here. And you MAGA idiots. This is the chick who sits up all day with flag of US and Ukraine. The chick who made hundreds of millions of dollars off the stock market, they had to go put a whole law in her name for congressmen and congresswomen. Just to show you she got some power. Y'all tried to take her husband out because one of y'all in MAGA was a little kum si kum sa. Shout out to The Rock. And this is the chick who y'all are alleging set you up to get arrested. Because you dared to walk into the building that was restricted that she runs. Black family, that's sort of logic. You gotta only hope to marvel at it. They like to foist this off so we can get to that level. We don't go subterranean. If someone says, listen, this building's off limits, you think black folk going in there? Hell no. Cause we already know what's going to happen. The second we step right and touch that door handle, 25 years. Black family, give them an amen. We touch a door handle where it's restricted. Depending on the age of the black man, 36 years, can the church get an amen? Yes, Jenny, correct. And guess what? MAGA heard that and they still said what? We're going to go to D.C. They didn't go for the mambo sauce. They didn't go for the chicken wings. They didn't go observe the architecture that was built by slaves. No, they went to go climb a building that was built by slaves and then enter the building that Nancy Pelosi controlled. But we're supposed to look at you and say, oh, you guys are just patriotic Americans. Okay. The same patriotic Americans who tried to hang Mike Pence that day by bringing in the gallows. Okay. All right. Okay. Wonderful, Jenny. Undercover cops opened the door and you dummies still went. Well, I don't know if you were there, but MAGA still said, okay, the doors are open. We can go in. Huh? Oh, no. They're really trying to defend this. Oh, wait a minute. Was January 6th a day of Ultimate Back to Blue? Maybe that's why they walked in, family. It was Ultimate Back to Blue Day. Back to Blue said, come on in. They said, you guys are cops. Y'all are all right. Oh, my God. Them Democrats were laughing at y'all. Them Republicans were laughing at y'all. Wait a minute. I told y'all MAGA hate women. They let a woman punk them. MAGA, how did y'all let this old battle axe punk y'all? How? She looked like if she went to Hollywood and went to Warner Brothers and said, I want to play Granny Goodness, they would say, we don't even need no screen test. Just get in the mocap and let's get your measurements. You about to be Granny Goodness. You about to be right next to Darkseid. God damn. I'm even tripping. I won't even say Darkseid. That's the side right there. Come on now. Come on, man. It was a mostly peaceful protest. Wrong. I was on the ground. It was not peaceful. Try again. You see how they lie? Oh, we not gonna talk about the fight that happened on the grass, right? We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about how the Capitol cop got beat up before they went in the building, right? We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about how they tried to shake the scaffolding where the cops were launching tear gas and damn near almost turned it over. We're not gonna talk about that, right? Oh, okay. Oh, they said it was mostly peaceful. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Oh man. Yeah, it was so peaceful. Ashley Babbitt got extra lead. And there was no doctor around to give her a prescription for Tylenol. Okay. All right. It was so peaceful that it looked like World War Z until somebody slipped trying to climb and hit that barricade. I thought I was watching WrestleMania 2001. I was on the ground, Nene. I was on the ground. I got yelled at my family over that, except my own man. He just said, he talked to me calm. He scared the hell out of me. Because that man never talked to me calm when I did something bad. Never. That motherfucker scared me, boy. Respect to that man. I love him. I'm gonna call him tomorrow. No, I'm gonna call him today. That motherfucker ain't pick up last week. Pissed me off. Asshole. I love my father. Yeah, I was on the ground. I was crazy. I had to sit in my parents' house and at the dining room table. My mom was going off on me. And she usually say that for my father. She was like, nah, I got this motherfucker. She's like, let me get him. And like I said, that man just sat there and he just like, listen, you got a new family. You just had a baby and you left her to go be with them idiots. I was like, yeah, you right. That was wrong. I shouldn't have done that. But he said it so calm. I was like, I ain't never doing no dumb shit like that again. But I mean, look, see, it says right there. Look, Beyond Borders live in DC. You see that date? January 6th. I had 2 videos up. 2. I have an Instagram live. I don't know if it's still there, but I had an Instagram live when I was driving home up 95. And I was talking to people about it. That shit was crazy that day. Them motherfuckers was nuts. She was a combat veteran and a patriot with a knife in her bag, whose husband told her a week prior, you do not go. And she said, fuck that, I'm going. So 1, he don't control his house. And 2, he ain't had to worry about that because he got paid off. Both sides of the argument. Nene, let me tell you something. I thought that man was going to bring out the belt and the machete on me. And you know Jamaicans with that machete. And that man's creative. He might have tied the handle with the belt and might have flung the machete. It looked like Scorpion and shit. I was like, all right. And I'd have to sit there and take it. I had my head down the whole time. Shout out to him. And he said some real shit to me. He's like, listen, you was a black man on federal property. I would have never saw you again. I was like, shit. You ain't lying. And my mom said the same thing. I was like, yeah, y'all right. Look at this. They all putting up the post. Look at them. Look at them. What this means. I will tell you what this means. She won. She won. She got $100 million in stock and she won. She punked MAGA. This is the only woman in the history of MAGAdom to punk MAGA. Wait a minute. No, I tell a lie. She punked y'all twice because she sat there and did that kneeling bullshit that we called out. And y'all didn't say nothing. Y'all didn't do nothing about it. You could have trolled her right back. You didn't do it. Look at this. You let this chick punk you. Oh my God. How did you let Desaad punk you like this? they mad. Look, they laugh. Look, MAGA is so upset. Hey, MAGA, I'm going to do y'all a favor this morning. This is what I'm going to do. Because I know y'all upset at me. I know. I know. I don't care about QR codes right now. I'll read it later. I know. We're going to go ahead to the gravity zone. And you know what we're going to do, family? I'm going to dare MAGA. Come up. I'm going to put the link in the chat. I dare MAGA to come over here and try to tell me that this was somehow okay. That I got it wrong. Let's see. Y'all have 4 years of evidence, right? Because y'all so great. I dare y'all to come see me. I dare you. I know you won't do it, though, because none of y'all know how to debate. But we're going to give you the opportunity this morning. You get to be famous. I'll even cut up the debate and put up as a separate video so you can go brag to your friends that you out-intellectualized the black man. It shouldn't be this hard. I'm black, if that wasn't established. This should be easy. Very easy. I ain't looking right because I ain't get my haircut yet. We gonna have fun. So what we finna do is we're gonna put that in the chat. Then we gonna pin it. And I dare any one of you MAGA come see me and prove to me that there was nothing wrong that day and everybody there was innocent, including the shaman idiot who stole the podium, including the idiot that stole her laptop and was stupid enough to have all the fucking trades on there and didn't release it to the American public so we could all get rich. That's a traitor. Just saying. Just saying. Look, they told Blaze the FBI discloses to U.S. Congress and embedded 275 plainclothes agents in January 6th crowd more than 4.5 years ago. Wow. Because this has never happened in the history of America or the world that a kingdom would put spies around where people are gathered, especially if it's political. They never saw this before. This is a new phenomenon for MAGA. Come on, MAGA. Since this is another distraction from Epstein, we're going to give you the opportunity this morning. Come see me. I know it's early. Y'all didn't go get your Starbucks yet, and it's probably in your neighborhood where the one closed, so you have to go further because you guys are just bastions of small business. Come see me on this. You can bring your coffee. You can bring it. I'll go get my green tea from Publix, and we'll have a conversation. Tell me how y'all let Nancy Pelosi punk you. Because none of y'all can tell me this. Again, black family. They let Decide from Apocalypse. They let her punk not only Trump, but punk MAGA. She had such an influence over them. Again, 2 fools came in with the gallows to hang Mike Pence. They're going to blame Nancy Pelosi for that. Good, Paul Smith. You can click the link and tell me how y'all allowed FBI agents to instigate y'all going into a building you had no business being into that is controlled by Trump's biggest op at that point. You can click that link and tell me how. How do y'all allow that? And I should yell at most of MAGA that was there because, again, most of MAGA did not walk in there that was there. But most of MAGA, why didn't you not pull them aside and say, listen, dumbass, you do not go in that building because they're going to get you. And by the way, MAGA, they loved you so much, they let most of y'all go home and just came and got you later. They let you have a couple good nights sleep, then came and saw you. They loved you. Both sides of the argument. Now explain that to me. You let the side get you. Come on now. Can I share the link of the story? Why? There's no story. You just go on X and put in January 6th. This shit comes up. There's no link to no story. And they said it was on Blaze Media. You can go to Blaze's website. I'm sure it's #1 because they ain't got nothing else to talk about. I want one of you sad savages to come and click that link and tell me how you allowed Desaad to whip you into a frenzy to walk in a building she can control and has controlled and still controls to this day because Speaker Mike Johnson is her puppet, and tell me how in the hell you let Desaad make y'all walk into that building. I need this answered. You walked on the rotunda where she took a knee for George Floyd. Damn. And we're not even talking the DCAU version of Desaad. We ain't talking about him. I'm talking about the one from the 80s. From the Superpowers team. That Desaad. This is insane. Oh, so Tony, wait a minute. Tony Bordelon said that this was a lie. This is what he's saying. This is a lie. So either you're telling us it's a lie that FBI went in there, or it was a lie that it wasn't MAGA fault. Which is it? Pascal, you're new here. We're gonna let you live today. Today, I'm gonna let you live. We don't allow the P word in here. We sit here and we disguise words here. If you're going to say that word, you have to say PDF file. Do not put that word in there again. And that goes for anybody. I don't even want to see the abbreviation. Thank you so much. MAGA forever, never surrender. You surrendered on January 6th or whenever they picked y'all up. Oh, since y'all won't come up, I figured you wouldn't because y'all are cowards. So we're going to do this. We're going to go look up videos of you insurrectionists crying on film. That's what we're going to do. Yes. We're going to go find those videos. I'm sure they're on X. January 6th crying. Because we saw a few over the years. I just want to laugh at them again. Look. What's she crying about?
That Friday, I left work. I walked to the metro station. I got on the train and I pulled out my phone. And I saw a litigation hold that had been put on it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, look, this is the building they went into. This is what they were passing by. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Jonathan put on his cape heart? Okay, we don't care. He don't even have a job. Yeah, this is what y'all caused. A 43-year-old cop to lose his life. That's what y'all caused. All right. I ain't caping for cops. I'm just trying to tell you a story. Wait, look. Vivek was crying?
I was on television that day, and I saw the disgrace that unfolded at the footsteps of the Capitol on January 6th. I cried. I was in tears when I watched.
But y'all want that to be Ohio governor, huh? Okay, a crying governor. Stop the division. I only do multiplication. When we find these videos, we're gonna have fun. Let me look. I'm sure they're there. Ooh.
But you guys won. You guys held. You know, democracies are not defined by.
Crying. People were upset, fam. She sent J6 to prison and then she lost her job. Ain't that something? Y'all had Jonathan put on his cape heart crying. What's this? I don't give a fuck. I wish I remember that woman's name. That was a good one. She was sitting in the car talking about, they're sending me to jail. Yeah, no shit. You were in the building, you dummy. Look, he was on the ground. Look, he crying. There you go. He crying.
And everything that I said was going to happen has just happened today.
Uh-huh.
They stormed the building today.
Uh-huh. And look, how's he not snitching? He putting everybody's face on TV. He putting everybody's face on the internet. How is he not a snitch? He might be FBI. We saw the George Floyd video, Dylan, and guess what? We also saw the trial video when Chauvin was sitting there crying. We saw that too. And we saw him say sorry to his family during his civil rights trial. Oops. I'm sure if we pay enough money, we'll find the video of old boy stabbing him up and him crying, saying no more. Now you want to play with me some more? I'm sure, since your name is Diego, I'm sure we can find some videos of your people getting rounded up by ICE. Matter of fact, before we leave, we found one. We found one of his cousins, since you want to play games in here. They caught some of y'all up there, I-55 up there in Chicago. Uh-huh. You want to play with me? Somebody's esposa. They just had to go deport her because she was illegal. She's sitting there crying. He's sitting there crying. You want to keep playing with me, Diego? Or Dylan, whatever your name is. You want to play with me? I don't think so. I can watch white people go get licenses and start crying. You want to play with me some more? Huh? We could do that.
Was 8 feet behind the girl that got shot. What happened? See, they're shooting.
No kidding. Yes, they were shooting tear gas bombs. Yes, no kidding. Look. Look, that woman right there. Look, I'm finna show you something. This woman right here was calling for Uber. That might be Laura Loomer. I'm just saying. Allegedly. All right, Dylan, you've outlived your entertainment value. So everybody ignore Dylan because he ain't saying nothing impressive.
Went in, made a left.
That's another one of them South Asians that YouTube sends over here to troll. And they're not doing a very good job about it, but it's okay.
Y'all made a right, came to 2 large glass.
That man called us on base plus slugging. That's crazy. Everybody take a screenshot of that. He called us effing black on base plus. No, Balo J, why did you delete it? You asshole, you. Put him back. I was trying to make a point. This motherfucker cut me off just like a Panthers fan. It's okay, though. We get it. He called us effing black on base plus slugging. He called us baseball players. That is great. Okay. There's no Asian hate here, sir. We're talking reality. Maybe you didn't know this. A lot of the trolls online come from Indian farms overseas. That's not a. I know you don't do research. You didn't know that. Okay. All right.
Doors. There was a stairwell that ran up from the right side. SWAT officers, we met them right there. We were talking to them, reminding them of their oath.
Reminding them of their oath. Gunshot went off.
At the very front, that was about 8 feet in front of me. She fell backwards onto her back.
So y'all failed the trust fall. That's what he just told us. Chrissy, I know who you talking about. You talking about this man right here? Y'all gotta listen, fam. Let's let Justin Timberlake's father just rap a taste. I want to see what you talking about before you start crying.
Somebody had opened up the glass door.
Florida State makeover. You sure Jesus protected him? Why did he bring evil next to him in more ways than one? I guess we shouldn't go there, huh? Okay.
And shot her in the neck.
She was about 16.
I'm just saying, fam. I'm just saying, fam. I mean, Bush too was very devout as a Christian, and no harm came before him because number one, he was smart enough never to go to New Orleans after Katrina. But God intervenes when evil's afoot. Take that with what you want. Back to Justin Timberlake's father. Go ahead.
Yeah, she was young, and it did not look like a lie.
I think he just saw somebody fall off the building. He probably saw one of them climbers. I'm just saying.
Like a survivable wound. And that's.
But she got shot and you were there and you saw it?
What, 8 feet in front of
That
me.
sounds like Owen Schroyer. I ain't gonna hold you.
And you went inside?
Bruh, how y'all not gonna tell me the dude filming is not a Phoebe? How? Oh my God. Correct, Dylan. We only do that, but yet your women and your men's just want to be around us 24/7, 365. We're the only reason why your children know what seasoning tastes like and what culture is. I guarantee you, where you live is Southwest USA. I guarantee you, if I put on a black song, everybody white is going to jump up and start dancing. And every cowboy, which y'all like to call cowboys, going to put on their hat and start line dancing. I go put on a Jason Aldean song, everybody going to start milling around, looking like NPC characters in The Sims. We're not the same, bruh. Thank you so much.
She had a red top on.
Now put that Hatch chili back in your mouth. No pause. Choke on it and die. And hopefully you end up in the desert with the Gila monsters and all that. My black family know about the Gila monsters.
And they shot her.
What's your name?
My name is Philip Bromley.
And the fool told him his name. Why would you tell him your name? Oh my God, this white man filming him that sound like Owen Schroyer just pulled a Tevin Campbell on this dude. Can we talk for a minute? Boy, I want to know your name. Come on. And you couldn't give him a fake name? You couldn't say John Smith.
Philip, man, thank you for being a patriot, being in there.
A patriot being in there. It's patriotic to get. It's patriotic now to get fed charges for trespassing. Oh my God. Family, they change the definition of patriotism every 6 months. So in 2021, the first half of the year, to be a patriot means to go into a restricted building. Oh my God. God bless the misdemeanor. Jesus.
Praying for you, man.
Oh no.
Can I pray for you? Is that okay? I'm a pastor. Can I pray for you? God, Lord, protect the soldier for you, this man that was brave.
Oh my God.
protecting over him. Father, Lord,
And they're praying. Oh my God. And watch, I bet you in this prayer, he didn't pray for this man not to have the Fibbies come see him.
trauma. Any trauma from this event, Father, I just declare and decree right now it's all broken. That this man is secure
Oh,
and safe.
God.
And now in your hollow of your hand, Lord, thank you for his
man.
heart to serve his country and be a patriot. And we declare right now.
Did y'all pray when y'all were led into the courthouse, went through security, and went in the courtroom after you had to talk to your lawyer in the secluded room about what charges you were looking at? And then did the judge allow y'all to pray before they did the arraignment? Yo sentence. Let me know.
The blessings and favor of God on his life, on his family, Lord. Speak it. The mighty name of Jesus will protect him and guard him.
No, you're not. Jesus, like, I'm not protecting your stupid ass. You gotta get some consequences. If I beat motherfuckers over the money table, you think I'm finna save you for going into a building that you weren't supposed to be in? Because you can't read? The hell? So y'all disrespect my father right now? Y'all can kiss my ass. Go sit down a little bit.
And strengthen him in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Oh, man.
Amen.
I thought they did some kind of gang handshake for a second. I didn't know he put his hat back on. Watch this.
Amen.
All glory and victory to God.
Come on, amen.
Bullshit. And he's still looking. They fail again. Another one fail. Y'all are insane. Oh, let's piss them off. Hey, let's piss them off. Let's play this Jimmy Kimmel.
What I have to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't,
I don't really care. I'll just play. I just want to see if they was going to get upset. Look. Look. Oh, by the way, they said that there's allegedly no autopsy for Charlie Kirk. What did that tell you? Look, J6 was an inside job. Yeah, you dumbasses went inside. Ah! Oh, man. I also find it funny that a week leading up to January 6th, they were watching Fox News, and Fox News kept telling them Nancy Pelosi would not grant them National Guard, Muriel Bowser would not grant them National Guard, and these idiots did not cancel their plane tickets. They did not cancel their Easy Pass and said, we're not going to put no money on the Easy Pass to get out there. We're not going to gas up the RV. We're not going to go get the rental cars. We're going to unbook the hotels. We can do it within 48 hours. This smells like a setup. They still wet. Yes, you're right. MAGA was right. Right in the crosshairs of her. Y'all let Desaad give you that work. You were right in her crosshairs. She said, you idiots are going inside? Come on in. Hold on, why she over here looking like Pastor Wife? Oh my God. Hey, MAGA, I know this is a hard thing for you to hear, but I'm finna tell you something. We're gonna stop laughing now. Your president set y'all up for that. He wanted that. Let me help you. This ain't no conspiracy theory. This is backed by research and shit that people are starting to see now. January 6, 2021 was the day he started moving slowly away from MAGA. Oh, y'all don't want to listen to me now, right? Oh, okay, I get it. I'm going to help y'all because, that's what black people do. We help. Some of us help ourselves to some of what you got in your pockets, but most of us help us and help the world. Donald Trump with Nancy Pelosi set y'all up for this. He knew who his base was. Remember, this is the same dude 5 years prior who was holding rallies where people were getting beat up, and he encouraged it. This is the same dude who would crack on Americans for no reason just because he felt it that day. It was nice for him to do it that day because he knew people were going to report it and give him more press. That dumb motherfucker sat in front of the Washington Monument and told y'all to go down the street and make your voices heard and support those who support you. Knowing you dumbasses were going to do this. You gonna tell me a sitting president didn't get a briefing that, you know what? You have Patriot Front, you have Oath Keepers, you have Proud Boys out there. We're getting reports that, because they knew who they were. We're getting hits on their credit cards saying that they're coming to DC. You didn't think he would have said, you know what? Nah, let's cancel this. No, he said, let's go forward with it. I have to make this about me. Him and Nancy were probably laughing at this. Y'all seem to forget you couldn't blame him for that, even though the news tried to. He had the perfect built-in excuse. I just told him to go support. I didn't tell him to go in the building. So this is not my fault. And he could have ran with that excuse. Oh, I get it. You never heard somebody tell you this before. Trump wanted y'all to get caught. It made his case better to get back in. And him giving y'all the pardons was y'all's payoff. With what they had on that day, they could have prosecuted everybody. Trump turned in his white liberal card. He only got one. He turned it in for that day because he was going to be in jail with the rest of y'all. They were going to impeach him his first day back for this. And he turned it in. And he let y'all sweat for months, for years. And you dumbasses still went up there and voted for him. That man turned his back on y'all, and he's still doing it. Notice, it's been what? About 3 months now. He ain't been saying the weird-ass rhetoric. He ain't been extreme now, has he? Oh, I know. Y'all didn't notice that. Yeah, he writes some bullshit on True Social. That's to keep up appearances. That man is moving closer and closer to the center because he knows what's going to happen next year. The Democrats are going to get back in, and he got to play ball. His legacy's on the line right now. He's going to distance himself from y'all. And y'all going to be sitting there looking stupid with just a pardon in your hand, and y'all with these things talking about, oh, look, there was FBI there. Wonderful. Go have a parade in your city and tell me how many undercover cops are sitting there. Go ahead. And tell me what the difference is. Let's help you. Those Columbia University and NYU protests over Gaza and all that, yeah, there was NYPD and FBI in there too. Maybe y'all didn't know that. Those No Kings protests, yeah, there was FBI there. Yo MAGA rallies, there was FBI there. Yo Charlie Kirk, his last debate ever in life, there was FBI there. Maybe you didn't know that. But okay. But okay. There was FBI during the George Floyd riots. FBI watched that white boy in Minneapolis burn down the police station. They had to arrest him. They told Minnesota cops, go get him. We'll get him federally. Or at least try to. I love how MAGA want to talk for the government and don't know shit about the government. That's crazy. But we got it. It's okay. We're just waiting for the day he hangs y'all out to dry. That's nasty. Oh my God. Tylenol PM. Tylenol PM. That motherfucker got the generic. The fuck? He got the shit. You know what he got? He got the shit that they dropped on the ground with the seal broken and just put it back in the box. MAGA over here acting like a leave, talking about all day strong, all day long. Okay, motherfucker. And y'all needed that to leave to get through that solitary confinement the man so threw you in. And your president, think about it. When it was arresting all them people, how come your president wasn't every time he was in front of a camera saying free the J6 prisoners? Why he ain't say that? Oops. The man said when he get back in office, case by case. That's how much he loved you. That's how much he loved you. Case by case. Oh my God. Shout out to my Jamaicans. He got that vitamin S, pause. That vitamin solitary. Hold up. Fam. I know why MAGA was really pissed off that they all had to go sit there and get, they had to go do them charges. They had to go sit down. It was like this here. They had to go see Schillinger and the rest of them. You know them white J6s, they turned the corner and saw Adebisi in them. They were like, fuck. I know that QAnon shaman saw that Saeed looking motherfucker. He was like, fuck. Oh wow! They was hoping they wasn't gonna drop some space heater while you trying to take a bath. They was hoping they wasn't gonna catch that quick shanking, and then they dropped the knife in the soap water. Oh my God. They knew they was in trouble. They was just walking through, trying to get back to their cell, and then one of them motherfuckers, he was like, I love you, kissed them, and then jumped off. And he was like, Beecher! And then they were like, what happened? And they tried to point at him, and the J6, and he was like, I didn't do it. They was hoping they wasn't gonna be Luke Perry character getting buried in the wall. They had to use the priest to go get him out. Oh wow. Oh, you clowns over there. You clowns, what is this? They're so weak that to resort to silence and you shut up. Shut up. Look at this. This is what they wanted. They wanted pardon from this. Oh my God. They told you to stop. He told you to stop. Two fools who want to grip Ashley Babbitt's butt and her thighs, pushed her through the window just to go splat. That's crazy. Oh, I'm dumb now. Okay. I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Okay. He say I dumb. Well, let's see who else is dumb. Let's see what this is. Look, yeah, that's all them. Yeah. There goes Scott Pressler. Yeah, all right. Yeah. This is a guy they love because he gave him Pennsylvania. Yeah, this is them. The gallows. Yeah, this is dumb. Yeah, because people are not gonna watch these type of videos and like, you know what? It was peaceful. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We didn't see the video of them trying to climb the building and falling and crashing into the goddamn barricade. We didn't see that. And we'd be sitting there making jokes. Be like, wee bang. Oh. Yeah, you had Congress running. And then they went in the back, opened up the nice scotch and started laughing at y'all. Like, we got them. Oh. Look, January 6th was my entrapment scheme aided by the intelligence agencies, and they fell for it. Which white-only town? Don't tell me St. George. You talking about the one in Oklahoma or Tennessee, whatever it is? They literally told you on body cam how to identify feds, and y'all still didn't leave. They didn't tell. So wait, fam, wait a minute. So y'all went in the building, Capitol Police were giving you a bone and told you, listen, yeah, they got on these bands. If you see it, they feds. And your dumb ass still stayed in the building. Oh, the Arkansas one? Shout out to them. Now the Hodgkins now don't got nowhere to stay, even though they wasn't going to get let in. That's crazy. Y'all let Nancy Pelosi film a whole documentary on that day and make hella money. Come on, MAGA, why y'all mad and left? Come on now. Y'all should have been tough talking. I left the link up and it was pinned. Why none of y'all come and tell me how dumb I am? Oh, God. Look. Oh, my God. Look, he telling.
Like, they will have a wristband. Their guns will have a candy stripe on the barrel. Okay. I don't know the wristband color.
So the cops are snitching on cops, and you dumbasses still stay in the building. Trump told Proud Boys to stand down and stand by. Nigga. And Proud Boys still got caught up. Look, the agents were laughing on January 6th. They were laughing. They're like, we finna make our quota for the entire... We about to make quota for the entire year off these dumbasses. Sir, Lee Williamson, I'm not an influencer. I never claimed to be. I'm a content creator. That's why we're having fun creating this content. Y'all are dumb. You can go find one of them influencers that are going to tell you what you like to hear. I don't tell people what they like to hear. I tell them the truth. Now go back over there to Tatum Tots and see how he's over there squirming over Israel. Have fun, you dickhead. Influencer. That's y'all's problem. And that's what I'm trying to combat. Y'all let influencers rig your mind. Your president is an influencer. He ain't no leader. Y'all's J.D. Vance is supposed to be running foreign policy. He nothing but an influencer. Trump buying and setting up TikTok to be ran by U.S. companies was him trying to be the greatest influencer on the planet. Please. Good. You're right. Joe Biden and Kamami are dumb and dumber. And Kamami's finding that out right now. And y'all still got Joe Biden on the brain because he beat your influencer president. Isn't that something? You let a man that cavorts with racists and is a racist himself beat a racist influencer. Ain't that a bitch? You let a Northeast racist influencer beat a Northeast racist influencer. That's crazy. And yes, Joe Biden is an influencer because he was sitting there doing them cringe videos with Obama in the early 2010s. Your last 3 presidents were influencers. Ain't that a bitch? My God. And y'all sitting here defending it. Oh my God. MAGA don't know how to. MAGA had all these apps in 2020. Y'all had Telegram. Y'all had Clubhouse, even though the feds was listening to Clubhouse. Y'all had all these apps. Y'all could have been in DMs getting each other number, having group chats, even though the government through the NSA looks at group chats, but y'all could have kept this shit off the internet. Y'all tell them motherfuckers, we booked the flights. We got the hotels. We're going to go support the president. You dumb niggas. Hey, yes, I called y'all niggas. Dumb, stupid idiots. Niggas. A dumb, stupid person. GDS, they already did that. It's no coincidence that MAGA ran to TikTok and all of a sudden TikTok gets sold. I tell you they dumb. I tell you they dumb. They're dumb. They over there praying. They were sitting there 5 years ago knocking TikTok. Now all of a sudden they over there and now they get sold. You gave a consortium of foreign powers and 2 American corporations your data. Just because your president said, I signed the deal. You dickheads. These were the same fools who sat up here with these dumbass blue checks and gave Israel their IDs. Just so they could see their tweets get some traction. Oh my God. But let's get back to how Desaad punked your president, aka the racist influencer. Let's talk about that. Why you don't want to talk to me about this? Why did you, maybe this is the origin of why MAGA hates women. Because you got punked by one. Y'all wish Nancy Pelosi looked like this because you like, you know what? I could let it slide. Because she's kind of cute. I could let it slide. You let the side give you the business. Oh my God. Who was in control? Y'all's Donald Trump. And y'all's Donald Trump set up his MAGA people to get arrested by Nancy Pelosi. I hope that answered your question. Unless you're about to tell me that the Democrats were secretly running the government in 2020. Let me guess. She was running the country, right? Since she was technically third in line, she was running the country, right? Okay. Because I don't know how I'm delusional, because was Trump not the president on January 6th? Was it not him that said, hey, go and support your politicians? Did he not say that? Why don't you click the link then, LOL? Why don't you click the link? Prove I'm a retard. Prove it. It shouldn't be that hard. I'm a black man. This should be easy for you. Look, I'm black. Hello, I'm black. It should be easy. Okay, great. She admitted to it and she's not in jail. Now what does that tell you? Sounds like your Republicans and your Democrats saw crime and just said, eh. Oh, your president can laud how he got James Comey indicted. You can't get Nancy Pelosi indicted? Sounds like she got more power than your racist influencer president. R.I.P. That's his new nickname, R.I.P., the racist influencing president. That's a damn shame. Watch, he finna tell me that Biden was in control on January 6th. That's what he's about to tell us. Click the link, laugh out loud, so we can all laugh out loud when you tell us it was Biden. Go ahead. Because we know that's what you're gonna say. He won on November 7th, didn't take office till 2 weeks after January 6th. He finna tell us that Biden was in control of the country. Go ahead. This should be fun. And you see why we make jokes about MAGA and how Trump loves his base, because they're dumb. Like the dude remember that dude in the live when we brought up Minneapolis, and we were like, what city burned down? And he said Minneapolis burned down in 2016. We're like, what the hell was this? And let's go find the videos of the construction and let's see how Minneapolis rose from the ashes of being burnt down in 3 years. 3-4 years. Let's see it. Come on, laugh out loud. Why'd you run? Oh, you was tough. Come on, talk to a full retard. Come on. Shouldn't be this hard. And guess what? I'm going to do something for you. I'm going to show you something. Since you want to call me that, I'm fine with it because you mad. I don't do this.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.
That's what he just did. Him and the Dylan dude, they both went full retard.
Everybody knows you never go full retard. retard.
Come on, I still don't see you clicking this link. Come on now. Should be easy. Why'd you run? Come tell me how Biden was running the country. Come on. I would love to have that conversation. Good. So by that logic, then Donald Trump was running the country late 2024 when people were getting thrown out of their homes and gas started spiking, right? I get to blame him for that, right? I get to blame him for China raising costs before he took official office on January 20th. I get to do that. I get to say that since he won the election in 2024, he took full advantage of Biden's budget and raised costs on us so it'd be harder to do business. I get to do that, right? I just want to know. When Gaza was being bombed, I get to blame him for that, right? Because he didn't stop it, right? Because remember, he won the election, so technically, was that November 5th? November 6th, he was in power. Took his oath and everything. And he watched Gaza and them getting bombed. He watched Ukraine and them getting bombed, didn't say a word. Even though he said on the first day, he was going to stop the war. So November 6th, the war should have stopped. Both of them. According to Laugh Out Loud. That's why he ran. Nasty work. I think he had to go back to bed since he's like 10 hours ahead of us over there in Asia. But, you know. GDS, I'm sure they're doing that in more ways than one. I'm sure. I saw something. What was that? I saw tariffs trending. Hey, why is Barry Bonds trending? He better still be alive. Okay, say less. I'm about to get pissed off. I like Barry Bonds. Put that man in the Hall of Fame. He ain't do nothing wrong. Trump announces 100% tariff on patented drug imports unless U.S. plants built. Okay. And they're not going to listen to you. They ain't finna listen to you. Okay. Well, listen. What was that, GDS? Listen, the Grindr app broke last Sunday, again in Phoenix. I mean, look, it's okay. It's all right. They finally said they have pushed the Epstein files to a vote, an official vote. Let's divide the country more. This is going to be fun. Lee Williams said you could click that link and prove that I use selective editing. Because these ain't my videos. See, you barely been here. I get it. I use news too. So tell me, oh, so the news deceptively clips, right? Huh. Thank you for letting us know that. By the way, did you know that your documentarians do the same thing? Maybe you didn't know that. Your president does the same thing. Maybe you didn't know that. See, your president can sit there and take footage and make it seem like he was doing something all important, and then I go debunk what that man said and show you the proof, and then y'all get mad at me for showing you the proof unedited. It's like when he ran to the Middle East talking about, oh, they're giving us all this money. We're going to make $1 trillion in the Middle East. Yeah, at the expense of your data, because nobody didn't want to read because they just saw the money. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't need to deceptively edit anything that I'm saying or showing here because I was on the ground that day. I saw all of that. And the FBI knows that because my phone was pinged. Both of them were pinged that day in DC. So they know where I was every step of the way. You didn't see them running on the grass, climbing scaffolding, and one of them getting arrested as soon as he got up there. You didn't see that. You didn't see, I'm guessing you didn't see, because maybe you were there, you didn't see the table of Asians in the back that were not on the grass talking about Asians for Trump. Maybe you didn't see that. So if an Asian person ever tells you that there were no Asians out there in January 6th, they say it was a black man who got the footage. Since you want to keep going, history only favors the winner. Guess who won? Desaad. She won. And I'm going to tell you why she won. Not now one of them is talking about on the Republicans or the Democrats that she need to go to jail for what she did. Since y'all say she set it up and y'all got all this proof. Your government got all the proof and she's not in jail. What does that tell you? Who won? Over 1,500 lives, plus the people around them got ruined. Nobody went to jail over it. Oops. Who won? You were the government. I don't hear you, Lee. Who won? You know who else won? The airlines. They won. Because there were dumbasses who were filming themselves on the plane going to DC that day or a couple of days before. Who won? All them hotels in DC that got bookings from you idiot MAGA people. Who won? Oh, you know who else won? Every website that was selling Trump merch. Who won? Lee, if you think we're supposed to be a united people, then why aren't we rich? Why aren't we all rich if we're supposed to be united? If we're supposed to be united, why isn't the collective of 370 million people, including the bebes, saying that everybody involved in the government that had a hand in this day need to go to jail, including the president? Why are y'all not saying that? Why is it only a small vocal minority? Since you want to talk about unity. I'm telling y'all, vote everybody out. Let's start fresh. Get 435 people that are from the people, that know what the people need. Nothing. Y'all want y'all personalities in there who give you bullshit policies. That's why we're not united. That's why. Y'all don't care. I don't give a shit if they're white, black, brown. I don't care. They need to go. She did so much dirt, that month let her leave with a pension that she uses to fix her nasty ass hair. Because she told you that's what she cares about in 2020. Her. On taxpayer money, she flew cross country to get her did. And that was probably the hairdo when she found out that Trump was planning January 6th and having people go over there to go support the politicians and said, you know what? Let's get the ball rolling. Y'all let Desaad punk an entire ideology. Y'all can't talk to me no more. Shut up, looking horse. You can click that link too, and I'll prove I'm not a Democrat. What Democrat you know sitting up there shitting on this woman for 30 minutes? I don't know no Democrat that'll do that. Look, see? Hey, Lee, if you're still here, there you go. The looking jackass just proved why we don't get united. He worried about them Democrats. I just sat here and talked to you and said, everybody involved gotta go. Everybody involved gotta go to jail. He worried about the Democrats. Your Republicans know who was touching on children and they won't go do something about it. They still gonna sit up there and talk about vote. All right. Okay. All right. They worried about some comedian on a late night show that people weren't watching when we've been screaming that they're trying to restrict free speech on these platforms like they do in the UK. No, nobody want to listen to us. Y'all waited for Jimmy Kimmel to get thrown off to realize, hey, you know what? They're going after the First Amendment. Oh, that's some shit we told you 5 years ago. That was shit we told you 15 years ago with social media when they were knocking down pages. We told you that. But no. Let's worry about the Democrats. Guess what? They were still banning people when Trump was in office. Now what? But okay, let's worry about the... No, Lee, not you. The looking jackass just came in here and disagreed with me, think I was a Democrat. That's what I mean. That's MAGA right there. That's MAGA. No, that's y'all's mama. That is mommy MAGA right here. This is mommy MAGA, not B6, Marjorie Taylor Greene, or Lauren Boebert or Nancy Mace. This is mommy MAGA right here. You know what? Let's fuck with you before I leave. We're going to do this. A picture of Nancy Pelosi in a MAGA hat with a t-shirt that says MAGA's mommy. We're gonna use Elon's little invention. That's what we gonna do. You don't have to listen to him. That's my point. You see what I'm talking about? They just proved it again. They worried about the wrong damn thing. There you go. MAGA's mommy. There you go. We're going to change the thumbnail. I ain't even going to hold you. We're going to change the thumbnail. That's MAGA's mommy. Yes, Lee, I do know. I have people in the Bay Area. We talk. They actually do content on here. Look up Dom P. Look up Dom P. Ben. He's out there. Look up Town Business. They out there. They talk about it. Yeah. What else you got for me? We've talked about Oakland on this channel. If you're on X, look up Black Voltron Reloaded. He could tell you everything about the Bay Area. He live out there. He been going to them city council meetings. He could tell you. Right, GDP up 4%. It's actually 3.8, but you know, yeah, y'all just love rounding up. I hope y'all realize that was for Q2 when the tariff stuff was still in play. Now let's wait a couple months when that Q3 come in and it's actually hella lower. I want to see y'all praise that shit then. What did I tell y'all, family, from last year? They were all going to focus on the first 100 days. What did I tell y'all to do? Wait till after July. And what happened in July? Them reports came out and everything went down after that. Like I told you was going to happen. Because all that tariff stuff was going to be gone and used up. And the effects of what he was doing with those bullshit tariffs was going to start being felt. And it started being felt. Everybody on the news now, even the conservatives, y'all's Megyn Kelly just complained about that. Talking about somehow she went to the store to go and look at steaks, and it was $32. Because he over there playing with Mexico. But you knew that because I told y'all that in February. They think because he got the rate cut 0.25%, you think that's supposed to help something. They don't fucking get it, boy. But y'all got it. Wrong, sir. Okay, see, this is how I know you don't know nothing about the economy. Tariffs were already in place, sir. I'm not talking about Trump's tariffs. I'm talking about the tariffs were already in place. There were already tariffs. Maybe you didn't know that. Tariffs are not a new thing. They've been there. And if tariffs didn't start till August 1st, how is he sitting there bragging about all that money he made off tariffs? There ain't no way in the world he made $300 billion in a month. There's no way. Y'all were his administration was reporting tariff revenue 3 months ago based off his tariffs. So which is it? I just want to know. Yes, his tariffs went in August 1st. And guess what's happening? Them countries ain't dealing with us. He more focused on India trying to buy a Russian oil than he's trying to figure out how to get product in this country. You ain't gonna do business here if you don't build. If you don't build, I'm not giving you a red cent. Yeah, okay. I'm supposed to hear that and be like, okay, we're gonna go build a factory over there in fucking Conyers, Georgia, because the president said I'm not giving you a cent. Okay, motherfucker. I got 194 other countries I could go deal with. I don't give a shit about your farmers. That's what the rest of the world is saying. I don't give a shit about your farmers. China told y'all months ago, hey, you know what? Know that pork order we were going to put in? 12,000 tons? Yeah, we don't need that. Nah, cancel that shit. No. I know we love pork. Nope, don't need it. We good. We got plenty of other meat options here. We're okay. It's all right. We'll make do. He tried to force Japan to go buy their rice. Japan's stock started rising back up again. They were like, we don't need it. Okay. Y'all right. Increased terrace. He increased grass. I didn't know Biden did that. Shout out to Biden for increasing grass. He increased grass and balconies. Shout out to Biden. That ice cream on the brain child sniffer, allegedly, even though we saw pictures, he increased balconies and grass. That is wonderful. Shout out to him. Should we play one video from them farmers before we go? How they was up there crying. They was cussing out their representatives at town halls. I mean, cussing. Okay, Lee, I went over this way back in last September arguing with MAGA. Nobody wants to buy our product. They don't need to. They operated without Trump for 4 years. They all made deals with each other. They all took each other's currency and made deals. They don't need it. That's why he's sending warships to Venezuela to punk them to give up the oil. He's talking about sending money to Argentina to prop up their economy. But these are the same folk a couple years ago that was lauding this man. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about Milei. MAGA always behind the curve. Always. And when El Salvador finally falls and it goes back to the bullshit that it was there, then they're going to say, oh, it was the Democrats. Your countries are going to hell. Oh, but you want to do business with me. Why do you want to do business with a country that's going to hell? I'm going to go over to hellish country number 13. Let's go do some business. Trump said we going to hell. Let's go to hell together. Let's go. Let's have fun. He put this son bitch put tariffs on kitchen cabinets. What? Kitchen cabinets. Home Depot and Lowe's are pissed right now. Kitchen cabinets? Oh my God. Lee, that was the point. They wanted y'all to get away from the Democrats to see what they were doing. I was one of the few channels that was consistently reporting on Democrats. Like my contemporaries here in New Black Media. We were always talking about the Democrats, and I never shied away from not talking about MAGA. Democrats were doing all the bullshit, and we made sure that our people knew. We told them, Kamami is not a good candidate. You were better off having the primary. They said, no, we running with her. Now she out there on the book tour. I told y'all the book tour was going to be a failure. She was better off staying on the book tour. She'd have made her money. Now she's getting yelled at her Q&As. She just got yelled at in New York. Them pro-Gaza people are giving her the blues right now. She finna have security up the ass. They ain't getting in. Lee, no. That's not what MAGA means. MAGA means make America global again. Meaning everybody's going to take from us and we give nothing because they don't want it. The game got changed. C-19 changed the game. If I had to venture a guess, I think C-19 put the stigma. You know how they used to say that China's products were always tainted with some bullshit? They put that on the U.S. low key. Everything's tainted from the U.S. Everything. Don't touch it. Pristine Biscuit, it doesn't matter who was in. We were going to get F'd anyway. If Kamala won, we would have been F'd. Trump is really trying to start 3 wars right now. He talking about going back to Afghanistan. Is this Bush too? Y'all gave up Afghanistan. Y'all gave up the weapons. What the hell? Now they talking about this Al Qaeda here. What did I tell y'all a few months ago, family, when we were doing that story about Africa? Didn't I tell y'all, I show y'all that they had that Al Qaeda cell in Africa that was moving west? That might be them. You had a power outage at Grand Central Station in New York, 911 down in Mississippi and Louisiana. Come on now. This is nasty. But they want you to focus on the stock market. China just said, we not doing business with you if you buy NVIDIA chips. Jesus. Oh, this is hilarious. Look, they praising this right now. It's up 150 points. They praising this right now. Let's see. Inline PC. Oh, they had an inflation report today. Let's see what this is. Where is it? Personal consumption expenditures showed that core inflation A measure excluding food and energy costs rated 2.9 seasonally adjusted annual rate. That was what was in line with economists polled by Dow Jones were expecting. Mm, 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 mm. Pristine, they'll make money off of it. Military industrial complex is a recession proof and a war viable industry. They love that shit. They'd love to start a war with them three. Putin out there talking about if NATO shoots at us, it's war, son. It's finna be Judgment Day. Let's go. They want this. Who's better? Yay, my Kroger order's ready. Yay. Who's better? Can't be us. Lee, who was Joe Biden? What? No. Oh, you talking about the Afghanistan thing? Oh. Yeah, I know he left the stuff over there, but why is Trump talking about going back to Afghanistan? Why? Why? And he just said this a week ago. Why? So now you're going to put Afghanistan on China. Ever since they took over that country, the news purposely did not talk about Afghanistan. They're like, okay, that was a loss. That was over. We had 20 years of a griff on it. It's no more. Okay, let's move on. And now you want to go back. You want to go fuck with the AK-47s, the Mujahideen, and the jihadists. Why? Oh, okay. You want me to read the story, sir? Do you want me to read the story? President Donald Trump on Thursday suggested that he's working to reestablish a U.S. presence at Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan 4 years after America's chaotic withdrawal from the country left the base in the Taliban's hands. Explain to me why he wants to do this. Well, you're going to go back for the equipment that you lost? We're trying to get it back. Okay. Stability. When's the last time? Unless the news is lying to us, which they usually do. How come nobody else is saying that Afghanistan is unstable? Huh? Why isn't his Republican news organizations talking about how unstable Afghanistan is? Oh, you're right. They didn't get the script yet. That's right. The script didn't come out yet. We got to wait for them to do something over here, then say it came from Afghanistan so we could go back over it. That's right. That's right. We'll find out that power outage in New York, that was the Afghanis. They did that shit. They did that shit. But you have all these news. Look, Fox News 6 days ago. They didn't say it was unstable. We could look at it. Let's see. You know what? We'll do this. We'll put unstable. There's nothing in this article that says unstable.
At Amazon, hourly employees earning...
I don't care. I'm just saying. Where is it? I don't see nobody shooting off no shoulder firing missiles. I don't see none of this. Joey, we could easily go to Japan. We go to Japan. You got Taiwan there. You don't need Afghanistan. I think he want to go back because he need to justify that oil price. I think that's why he want to go back. I understand we're already in Japan. So why does he need to go to Afghanistan? Japan's not that far. Okinawa is not that far from China. It's not that far. Since Hong Kong is supposed to be one of our allies, Hong Kong is right there. You could make a base in Hong Kong. I'm just, yeah, y'all gotta explain this to me. Why did he do a deal with Modi to build a base in India next to the Chinese border? You'd be right there. But we know why. We know why. Well, Joey, you're right. We don't have to go back. He floating the idea out there. That's him. He floating it. He over there on True Social threatening them. But again, what have we learned today? MAGA's still upset over January 6th, even though they got pardons. They still don't care about the Epstein files, and not one of them can tell me why they let MAGA's mommy punk them into going in the building and ruining their lives. But, you know, this is, I find this funny. This must be, I'm telling you, this is the origin of why MAGA hates women. What's the matter, no show, since you just showed up at the end? You could click that link too at the bottom and tell me how I'm whining. Because for those who have been here an extended amount of time, I shitted on both sides, so there's no whining here. We were actually laughing and having a grand old time. But if you want to click that link and prove that I was crying, we could go do that. Yes, sir, 49. We were at a height. We were around 100 something. This is the end. MAGA don't hate women. You sure about that? Okay. When Marjorie Taylor Greene asked a question about why can't states regulate AI for 10 years, MAGA turned on her. I actually have a whole live about that. MAGA ain't supporting Nancy Mace like they used to. They're starting to call her crazy. They're not promoting Lauren Boebert like they used to. They're more focused on Jasmine Crockett. Laura Loomer tried to be a racist the other day, and shockingly, not a lot of people in MAGA were defending what she said. They were like, yeah, we know she might be ghetto and all that, but you ain't want to be talking. I'm just saying. They went after Megyn Kelly because she asked some questions on Trump. Just saying. But again, I have a whole live on that. I'm finna show it to you and then I'm out of here because I gotta go get my groceries. I'll show it to you. And that was a beautiful live too. MAGA hates women and themselves. It's right there. July 14th. Now, we did that one on StreamYard. That's why it's not as high as this one is going to be. But it was fun in there nonetheless. But I figured that fool wasn't going to come up here because he ain't got nothing to talk about. So I'm going to go get my groceries. Heather Worthmore, to me, it seems like neither side is actually giving the country the absolute truth on a lot of things. So I suggest everyone do your research. Remember that we're all in this together. Well, that's what you're supposed to do, but you should also understand that the government is not supposed to tell you everything. What do you mean? What is an AI generated image? You mean the Nancy Pelosi one? I know. I made it. Yes, I made that for a reason because I'm going to change my thing. Or are you talking about the one on my? Are you talking about this one? Yes, that's AI. I know. Yes, it's an AI thumbnail. I'm allowed to do this on YouTube because I'm not making someone say something they didn't say. But yeah, I purposely wrote it like that. You have MAGA here, and you have the women. And the cucks, the one or two cucks that like to be with the women. It is what it is. Well, they're not standing at attention. They're in a line, and they're yelling at each other. It's not like, I mean, however you want to interpret it. It was still a good live. A lot of information was gleaned that day, but you know. That's a very good point, Joey. Now, will you agree with me that November 3rd, we need to vote everybody out? Whoever's up, whoever seat is up, they gotta go. I think that should be. What's a false narrative, Lee? What's a false narrative? That MAGA hates women? You can't be serious. I just gave you 3 examples that you can go verify right now. They turned on Amy Coney Barrett until she got back in line with Trump. Okay. No, DTM, why don't you click that link and tell me what I should give up? I'm supposed to give up telling the truth about the government? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. How did I generate a false narrative? Oh, Jesus Christ. So I spent an hour and 51 minutes lying even though I showed proof in there. Oh, okay. Okay. No, that makes me a content creator, sir. If I was an influencer, I would have picked a side. See, what an influencer does is they promote something that is generating them money. I'm generating money on YouTube shitting on both sides of the government. That doesn't make me an influencer. That makes me a content creator. Nobody's paying me to do it. Influencers get paid. Just like y'all's Tatum Tots getting paid by Israel to talk like he talking. Okay. Sir. Okay, since I got to show it to him. Okay.
Let's stop right
Okay.
there.
Okay.
MAGA, you've got a lot to answer for. And I'm the one to do it.
Okay, so I'm lying, right?
Pandemic mismanagement.
Right. So this didn't happen, right? Okay. I just want y'all to understand. He's telling me I'm lying. I'm lying. I'm lying. Is MAGA not yelling at Pam Bondi right now, talking about she need to get fired? I'm just trying to figure this out real fast. I'll just keep Pam Bondi. We'll just use Pam Bondi as an ultimate example. MAGA's pissed off with her right now. They want her fired. Okay. But I'm lying. I'm lying. Lee, I just told you, no side pays me. Thank you. MAGA don't want to pay me because I terrorize them. The left don't want to pay me because I terrorize them. Nobody, I ain't got no sponsors on this. Ain't no left wing, no right wing. Ain't no act blue, win red on here. Who the fuck paying me? I can't even get interviews with either one of them sides because they find out and start looking at my videos and like, oh, this motherfucker gonna ask us some questions. And I don't want to embarrass myself. I'm repeating a lie. So now researching is a lie. Okay. 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 So me spending almost 2 hours showing y'all timelines of MAGA going after women. Now I'm lying. Okay. I'm lying. The same MAGA who was praising women for wanting to have children, but then started going after Republican lawmakers bringing their kids to Congress so they would be able to vote on things. Oh, I'm lying though. Oh, we're going back to burning cities again. No, you're right. They were out there when it happened, but you're right. They didn't burn them down. No, they just went to D.C. and went to a Capitol and tried to go after politicians. Yeah, you're right. They didn't set no fires. Okay. But the whole world saw them climbing the building and going inside, taking videos. You saw one of them get hit in the face with a bullet. But that's not comparable to what they did in 2020. The logic is astounding. It should be all wrong, sir. Doesn't matter who did it. It should be all wrong. And I actually sat on this platform and said, I don't mind y'all be out there protesting, but the riot shit was stupid. And my crowd is still here. And they heard me say it. So I don't know what was the point of you bringing up burning cities. Because should I go bring up how the right wing, when they lose or win a championship, what they do? Should I go do that? I don't think you want me to go do that. Okay. Just saying. Just saying. I just want y'all to understand before I go. Seriously, now I'm going to go because I just got an alert. My groceries, they're ready for pickup. For them to dodge accountability, they're going to keep bringing up 2020, even though there were MAGA hats outside. I went to one of them. There were MAGA hats outside in Brooklyn, New York. I know, it's shocking. They were out there. MAGA want to rewrite history, act like they was just sitting in the house watching TV. Okay. Okay. As wrong as that was, y'all didn't need to try to one-up them by going after politicians in the Capitol. and telling folk you were going to go do it. Now go ahead and tell me that I'm not allowed to criticize what happened when they were climbing the building and hitting barricades and beating up cops. I can't equate that to what they did in 2020. Well, DTM, you know what they did. They hit that shit. He won. They ain't got to support it no more. Because they know what's happening in upstate New York. They starting to lose their shit up there, too. They probably ran over to Pennsylvania or Ohio. Right. Yeah, Shirley. And guess what? Nancy Pelosi's been living in Donald Trump's head since 2016. Now what? Now what? MAGA mommy lives rent-free in y'all's heads. I'm surprised you fuckers don't have her DVD of what happened that day on your shelves. This is y'all's mama. This is Queen of MAGA, not B6. And Joe Biden's your father. That man put on that hat, and that's the most famous person to ever put on a MAGA hat. Y'all motherfuckers in MAGA were praising Joe Biden for putting on a MAGA hat. Fuck out of here. He said he didn't beat up no cops. That motherfucker said he ain't beat up no cops. So them cops just walked into hospitals with bruises they gave themselves, right? Okay. Oh, Lord. So me being on the ground, I didn't see two people jump a cop. Okay. I swear, boy, the people that weren't there, they talking the most. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm supposed to show you surveillance footage so I can get my channel struck. Oh, okay. Okay. He said, no, fam, everybody in the room, Lee said they didn't beat up no cops. They didn't beat up no cops. It's okay. They wasn't fighting no cops. You right. You know who fought a cop? Ashley Babbitt. And guess who won? Answer that question for me, Lee, before we leave. Go ahead. Good. Then you don't need to be here with your sub-low IQ. You don't need to be here. I'd rather have low IQ than a subterranean IQ. So you can go that way. No, Lee, the videos are there. I'm not risking my channel for you. No. They beat up cops. I already gave you a story. Just like they beat up somebody dressed in Antifa clothes. It's okay, sir. You weren't there. You didn't see it. I get it. I just told you a story about an hour ago of them trying to knock off the scaffold that with them cops up there launching tear gas. But you're right. They didn't beat up cops. Okay. Okay. 170 cops lied. Okay. Okay. Let me guess. The 1,500 people that got arrested at MAGA during the J6 riot, they lied. They were lying too, right? They weren't in the building. Oh, okay. We don't have them on surveillance video inside the chamber of Congress, walking up and down. We don't have the MAGA shaman or whatever his name was. We don't have him carrying the podium out. We don't have that. We don't have the dude who took Nancy Pelosi's laptop. We don't have that. You're right. Fam, remember, these are the people that smeared shit on the wall. That's them. That didn't happen. The FBI did all the damage. Right. Okay. Sir, no, I'm afraid for losing this live and being suspended for a week for playing a fight video. because YouTube tends to do that. Yes, you can get suspended for playing a fight video. Yeah, I'd rather not go through that again. I've had that happen to me 3 times. Thank you so much. It's okay, sir. It's okay. We know. Trump was wholly innocent that day. We know. MAGA did nothing wrong except to go on vacation. We know. Of all the places you can vacation in this country, you went to D.C. Sorry, Brother Torian, I'm just saying. In 39-degree weather, you decide to go to D.C. Okay. But I'm lying. He said that's Antifa. Oh my God, Antifa. Now it's Antifa. Okay. So Antifa brought in the gallows for Mike Pence, right? Them 2 wearing MAGA hats. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. It was Antifa. Now it's the FBI and Antifa. Oh. Antifa. And Lee, the fact that you just told us that it was Antifa should tell you something else, right? Your president talking about Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization, but let them run free. He was going to wait for a second term to declare them a terrorist organization, even though they were running roughshod his first term. You're not being the allegations that you don't know anything about this government, sir. There you go. No, he's not trolling. I think he's MAGA. And again, MAGA's base is white, non-college educated males in this country. I'm not saying he's one. I'm just saying that's the core base. Non-college educated. DTM, you know who he was. That is Trump's Jesus. If they think Trump is God, that's his Jesus. But I know Lee gonna tell us, after I told him there was no autopsy done on Charlie Kirk's body, he's gonna say that I was lying. So answer me this. He gets killed on a Wednesday, he's already in a casket by Thursday. They didn't even bury George Floyd that quick. But anyway, y'all, let me go get these groceries and make sure my family fed. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, I done my job. If not, let's try to be better next time. This was fun conversations. MAGA, I think you all should go get wallet-sized photos of this and kiss it every morning. Because without her, you wouldn't have went through what black people go through on the daily. Thanks to her, you know what black people feel like dealing with police. That was her whole master plan. She wanted MAGA to feel like black people. You want to know why Democrats don't do that, Jeff? Because they want to make money. They don't want you to make money. There's the question. You got anything else? Democrats are about to elect a socialist who's going to usher in New York hella city contracts that's going to go right to the Jewish community because that was the plan. I actually did a live about that too. I'm not knocking them. That's actually a smart move because they can't get to them Fed contracts the conventional way. So they're going to go through the city of New York, develop whatever they can develop with them contracts, and then sell it to the federal government that they can produce. And then they get those nice, sweet Fed contracts that they never have to produce on, but they already got the money. And the Democrats are going to look beautiful for it because they'll just point to New York City and say, look, they built up a testament to our policies. And then once Mondami's over, about 2 years in, maybe a year and a half, they'll start floating him to go run for Congress. And he'll get in. And then he's going to be a problem in DC. Let's help y'all before we go. Democrats play a 2-year game, the Republicans play a 4-year game. And that's why the Democrats were whooping y'all's ass for years. Y'all are worried about 28. They're worrying about 26. They've already changed the messaging. They're going to unveil it next year, and you're not going to be able to stop it. For y'all's sake, Republicans and conservatives and MAGA, you better run Ron DeSantis. You run JD, you're going to get destroyed. DeSantis is your only shot at maybe getting and keeping the White House. Maybe. But you didn't hear that from the black man who's been studying this since grade school. You didn't hear this from me. Anyway, y'all. Y'all take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.